So Eddie, as a BIM guy, been in it for a long time, seeing the industry and the practices there firsthand. Why BIM? Why VDC? Why did it start at a certain point, but then why keep going? Why keep investing? And what's the importance of this VDC2 field, VDC2 prefab, and VDC2 devices? So if you don't mind elaborating a bit on that for me.
Yeah. BIM matters because now it is a virtual template of what we're about to go build.
That's awesome.
We're driving Dusty when it goes out and does the layout. We're driving JBot when JBot goes out and does the layout. We're informing the total station when it goes out and does the layout. We're informing the material. We're informing the NC-driven equipment. We're informing the robotics. BIM is the database whereby we get the information to perform manufacturing, and it will just increase. That's just going to continue to become more and more of a thing. We're going to expect it to be right, constructible, buildable. It's going to go to the field. And in having that as our mentality, BIM matters greatly. But it's not what it used to matter. Like when we introed it in the industry, we introed it because it looked cool. That was the thing we were impressed with. No more. It's not if it looked cool in the job trailer, because you're going to actually go build it and find out if it really worked. Mm-hmm. And when it doesn't, everybody's mad. So it better be right. So BIM matters, and construction level BIM is beginning to matter even more. And that's near and dear to the heart, because that's where we live.
Well, that's that we have the saying around, the office, it's what you don't model that kills you.
Yes.
Right. Like,
yep.
I'm sure you feel that on a daily basis, man.
Yeah. I used to call as-builts is the gray area of BIM, because you're only, you follow the construction, the BIM execution plan, but if you're only saying, I'm going to follow these guidelines only, whatever you don't model is that's the unknown that you have to, what we used to call field fix, just figure it out. And I like how you said the template of what we're going to go build, because I always like to say that BIM is building the building before you go build the building.
Yes.
And coming into it with that mindset is key at the beginning, rather than, okay, where's that line of what do I have to model? What don't I have to model? What's the LOD? But no, like we have people problems. We have productivity problems. Like, we want to put as much in the model, because just like you said, it's all the external things, whether it's heads-up displays, VR, because each of these technologies has its place beyond the model as well. But like you said, it's the data continuity from the design and the model to the field to enable that, those conversations, to enable the productivity increases. So, it's when I started doing BIM 101 classes here at Hilti in 2018, that was right about the time that data became like the number one commodity in the world. And so having that data in the model is so key, because that's ends up what's getting in someone's hand, what they're cutting, what they're fabricating. But it goes back to the source. And you'd hit on a point earlier that having decisions around the model, but the project that really I cut my teeth on in my last job was a $1 billion VA hospital in 2011. And it was a Clark McCarthy joint venture. And they called our office saying, hey, where's your BIM guy? We're like, what's BIM? And they're like, well, you got to be in these weekly coordination meetings. And so we were on that project for 3 years, because we had another $1 billion project across the street from that project. So we were at the job trailer for 3 years, executing both of them. And it was not uncommon to take, so I came from electrical contractors, not uncommon to take the mechanical guy out, for a beer and do business development, say, hey, do you mind shifting your duct over a little bit? And, because we really want to own the space here. We have a lot of conduit, a lot of wire coming through here. Air, it doesn't cost as much to move air, but it does cost a lot when you're trying to move copper wire, because copper wire is quite expensive. And so I was basically doing business development for BIM coordination outside of BIM coordination meetings, because it meant that much 6 months later when we're trying to install it, that we want to optimize space overhead, that without a lot of offsets. So it's amazing the conversations that are happening around the model today that really impact the project later.